Our local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance at the National Association of Counties Convention in Long Beach, California, and we are joined by a member of the Board of Supervisors in San Diego County. His name is Bill Horn. And so I'd like to speak with you about a crisis that we are facing in California. LA County's facing it, San Diego County's facing it, and that's homelessness. What are you seeing in your beautiful county? You wouldn't expect, but talk to us about what you're seeing in San Diego County.
Well, I represent North County, and in North County we have, in Vista, we have a Solutions for Change operation, which helps homeless families, and they have a program, they have a different program, and they stick with the families for about a year and a half, get them jobs, help them dry out, kind of solve those problems. We spend quite a bit of money in the Vista area for that. Another issue for us is the veterans.
And I do want to talk about veterans homelessness, because what's remarkable to me about the challenges surrounding the question of homelessness is that if there is one bright spot in terms of defeating homelessness, it's veterans homelessness. We look at, if I can, veterans homelessness in San Diego County is down 16%, just in your county.
Well, we've kind of attacked the problem.
Right. So talk to me about why veterans homelessness down 16%, sheltered veterans homelessness down 22%, unsheltered veterans homelessness down 9%, all in your county. What's going right?
Well, we last year I was chairman last year, and I declared it the year of the veteran. And the health department and a lot of agencies outside, 22 volunteer agencies, we attacked the issue. We helped open the Hawthorne Veterans Center in Escondido, which serves veterans who've coming out of the hospital, whether they're homeless or not. There's rooms available with services available to help them get back on their feet. And then at the same time, we're out looking for jobs for them and trying to find places for them to live. So in North County, which is up where I represent, and I care about the entire county, but we've had a very effective program with all the volunteer agencies to really attack the problem.
But what I want to understand is, I believe that every county, including San Diego, is trying to attack homelessness overall.
Right.
But why is it that when counties, as of late, have been attacking the veterans homeless population, there has been so much success, and yet not quite as much success with the general homeless population?
Well, number one, you're dealing with veterans, and so I think the general public appreciates the fact that these people have served. They went into the service.
Right.
They basically signed a contract with Uncle Sam, said you could take my life if you have to. That's an important issue. I think the volunteer agencies want to assist those kinds of people. And number two, these guys are used to going to work. They're used to showing up. They have skills, and they may not know exactly what you're doing in your operation, but they're there and they're there to learn.
Right.
And so this is a population, I think, that's educational. You can deal with that. They're hungry to work.
Right.
They're not just living under every bridge. They are getting out. You got to understand, in San Diego County, of the 3.2 million people that live there, 1/3 of our population is military.
Right, naval, I mean,
yes,
tremendous.
You have the Marine Corps, you have Camp Pendleton, where a lot of folks are getting discharged who've been served overseas. They're getting out there. Instead of going back to Iowa or Chicago, they say, hey, it's pretty sunny here.
I'm going to stay in San Diego.
I think I'll stay here. So last year when I was chairman, I was in D.C. I talked to Veteran Affairs, and we got a number of, I guess I'd call them chits, but what do you call
accolades?
What do you call those things? No, vouchers.
Vouchers, right.
From the Veterans Department to help house them.
Right.
So we went back and we helped with the interviews on those. We went back to the Veterans Department and said, hey, you're not doing this fast enough. We don't want to turn any of these back. We want to make sure these are all in place. So that's something that's ongoing with the county. And so that's an area that we've
Let me
attacked.
ask you about those vouchers, because I'm glad you brought it up. What I've learned is that, especially in places like San Diego County, Orange County, LA County, beautiful coastal counties, the vouchers don't cover what the landlords want in terms of the rent. I mean, we have rents that are just soaring.
No, I know, but in San Diego, they have worked. I know the apartment, I'm in the apartment business
Oh,
also.
so perfect.
So I happen to know that our vacancy rates are, below 5%. But at the same time, the vouchers allow them to sign up with landlords. We have a appeal out to landlords if they have vacancies to let us know we have these vouchers in place. We're doing what we can. You gave the stats there. I wish it was better, but it's pretty good.
But congratulate yourself.
It's pretty good.
You should feel good about that. Let's talk more about housing. When you hear the term affordable housing, we often think about housing for low-income folks. But let's back it up a bit and talk about whether housing is affordable. Because what we've learned in places like San Diego County is that we're near the peak, if not there, from the bubble. And so you want to live in San Diego County, it's not easy. And we don't have enough, you said it, we don't have enough housing, especially in these coastal counties.
Well, we're not building enough units
Right.
to meet the demand. And that's another problem with the various governments. In North County, we have the county operation, but we also have Oceanside, Carlsbad. If you want to live in those coastal towns, your rents are going to be, like you mentioned, the voucher too high. But we have Vista, we have San Marcos.
Which is beautiful.
And I don't have Escondido, but Escondido is a very cooperative city. We have a lot of unincorporated area, the Fallbrook area of apartment buildings, and that's right by Camp Pendleton.
But what should we do as a state to address the housing crisis? I mean,
your show's not long
it
enough.
It is not long enough
for me to address all the CEQA issues and the other issues that are involved.
And it's interesting you mentioned that, because Governor Brown is trying to address CEQA questions as it relates to bona fide affordable housing. Even Governor Brown has said it's the Lord's work to reform CEQA.
Well, they don't do it fast enough. That's number one. And number two, as far as the county operation goes, land use, we have to live by their regulations. We try to streamline it. We try to, hold your hand as you go through the process, make it as fast as possible. But we just had a project last week, which I wasn't allowed to vote on because they.
Are you part of the project?
No, the FPPC said I live too close. I live 3.5 miles from the project.
Okay.
And so they said I couldn't vote on it. So I had to stay out of it.
Right.
But here you got something that the builder is now going to the ballot box because he can't get through the process because of all the lawsuits and what have you.
But let me ask you, is that a county issue, a state issue, a city issue, all of the above, none of the above?
It's a state issue, but it's something the counties have to live with. Okay, so as far as the state of California goes, they put rules on us.
But can you do anything as a county government to try to ease that burden?
Well, we can try to speed up the process and try to make it as painful as possible.
Or painless.
Painless. But I used to be a builder, and I could just tell you today, as compared to 30 years ago when I was a builder, the process is so complicated. And the prices are so high. I mean, the fees in the old days, I used to build apartment houses, in the old days were around, for 20-unit complex, about $120,000, okay? Today they're more in the neighborhood of $400,000, plus you have to have consultants and everything else.
We'll have you back.
And the cost of building a building. Anyway, San Diego's a great place to live.
It is.
If you're getting out of the military, we have a lot of service for you. Actually, I have a service center in Escondido with the health department. They can come in there, and I have 22 agencies to help.
He is Bill Horde. I'm Brad Pomerance, Charter Local Edition.